And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one applies to you. And welcome to the latest live stream of Into the Modded Breach. Now, what I'd like to start off with is kind of go over some changes we made to our mod mix. Now, of course, we're playing modded Hytale. I'm still fighting the urge to say modded Minecraft, but we are playing modded Hytale, and I've made some changes to the mod mix over the past week by goofing around and finding some new stuff. Right off the bat, you won't find any mods about taming or breeding or any of that stuff. All the stuff that was out there was problematic. And since Tuesday is going to be the next big live release for everybody's not on pre-release, and that's going to include vanilla taming. So I've just done away with all the mods for taming and breeding, and we'll just go with vanilla next week. So we won't have any of that this episode. And that's just as well because obviously we don't have any place to put the animals or anything like that. So that works out. Some other changes we've made. Let's see. We got better fences. So better fences. If you've put down fences in Hytale, you'll know that when you start getting to if you're making, just a single fence in a straight line, easy peasy. And if you make a double fence with a right angle in between, easy peasy. But when you start getting into the three-way fences, things go off the rails pretty fast. And better fences fixes that, although it only fixes it for the wooden fences. It doesn't fix it for the stone walls. And so that's sad. I also, another one we won't see in the list I got rid of was Better Tail. It was supposed to add more interesting and better atmospherics. I just didn't see it, and it seemed to do some weird stuff with the clouds. So it's gone for now. We changed. We were using I Spy for our What Am I Looking At mod. And I've moved to Blockio, which seems to be getting updates much more frequently, and it actually shows more stuff, more configurable, gluten-free, less calories, and that type of stuff. So that's what we got there. I grabbed the Blumenfeld clock, which is basically this. It just is going to show you the in-game time without me having to call up F7 or any of that other stuff. Take this off, and let me see what else, make sure we didn't miss any. Better burn times, no, I mean that's been there for a while. What else? Easy plant fiber, so now we can grow ferns in our garden, and then when you harvest the ferns, you can then go to the farming bench, and you can process those harvested ferns into plant fiber. So there's that. I grabbed a grass spreader. It actually works. I think approximately every minute or so. If you have bare dirt, it will be overgrown by whatever the local grass is. Let's see, hammer cycle. High farming actually was in the mix last time, but it wasn't actually enabled for this world. It's now enabled for this world. That's one of the ones we're going to explore today. It's going to add a bunch of extra stuff. One interesting thing to note is what it does is it does have the eternal seeds, but it moves them. Right? It moves them to their custom bench, and you can't get to their custom bench until you get tier 3 of the farmer's bench, and then you build their bench, their custom bench, and then you can get eternal seeds. But then you buy the eternal seeds from their in-game currency. So we'll dive into that at some point. This is not a new one. High Pipes has been in there since the beginning, but I've actually played with them. It's a little quirky, and maybe we'll get to some of that today. Improved tree saplings was added, so basically, or I think actually I might have had this last week, where if I chop down a tree, then it has a chance to drop saplings, just like Minecraft. Item frames I definitely added because I wanted to be able to label chests or wardrobes with what's in it. The life cycle is still in here. It doesn't really matter at the moment, but that basically allows animals to, baby animals to grow old, because in vanilla right now they just stay young forever, which is something that I know a lot of people would be pretty happy to have in their own lives, but maybe not me. High windows, more animal spawns. Precision. That's not how you spell precision, but that's okay. Precision shovels. Right click one block instead of a shovel's built-in multi-dig. And I've played with shovels a little bit offline, and yeah, I know what everybody's complaining about now. So, oh boy. Other new changes. Traveling mounts. Traveling mounts, it will give us, mounts. But they come in all sorts of different types of flavors, and they're pretty cool. So we'll take a look at Tree Harvester. Is nice. You still cut down trees, but, dealing with the roots and having to have a bunch of dirt to go and fill in the hole, this basically takes care of that. So if you crouch and cut down a tree, it will basically cut down the whole tree. It will fill in the hole and grab all of the blocks that were in the hole and plant a sapling for you if a sapling is available for that tree type. So that's pretty cool. This isn't a new one, but this is one I want to explore today about storage. It's very, very useful. And we'll talk about the No Cubes Bakehouse and No Cubes Orchard, since we'll be kind of like farming today. I found problems, and they're big problems. I've reached out to the mod owner. We'll keep them this week, but we'll see if there's any changes coming at some point. And then and that's it. Now I want to actually turn on the UI. There we go. And let's pop a snooze so we can start the day fresh. Okay, so if you remember, this is where we started, and I've kind of filled the space with a bunch of workbenches because this is modded Hytale, so workbenches are in the air. This is the area that we are starting in. This is the mountain where they apparently hollowed out a corner of it to put my little whatever that is. And we've started building our actual proper base. Right now, that's the beginnings of our central stair that'll go up and down. And we have built an entry chamber that will be a hallway that will run around our central storage. And oops. So this is the beginning of the hallway. It'll go that way and around, and that way and around, and this will be our central storage, but 1/9 of it at least, but we'll get to that. So let's talk about farming. So we've got some farming is ready. Everything, yeah. So, and I have a bunch of building stuff. We're not ready to salvage yet in this world. Let me just double check that. Nope, we are ready to salvage. So let's salvage that. Okay. And this can go in there. Turn that on. And this is my crafting stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at the farming stuff. So this right here is all vanilla so far. So we'll grab our flowers. And I don't think we have any eternal seeds going yet. And now we probably won't for a while. Okay, nope, no eternal seeds. So let's go throw this in our food bin. And take this one out. And then we're good. So, okay. Oh, this fields here are 9 rows across, so I've got 1 sunflower. 3, 5, 7, 9, and then we need 9 of these. And there's the fern seeds I told you about that are going to give us fiber. So let's grab 9 of those, and let's see how far we can get. We're only going to get 6 of the lettuce. That's fine. That's fine. So we grab our flowers, sunflowers. Now, in vanilla, they added the ability to make any type of colored flower petal using, well, you can create any type of flower petal because you have sunflowers, right? And we can grow sunflowers, so that gives us petals. Wow, okay. And then you can take the sunflower petals and process them in a bunch of different ways into different colors. And the coloring agents are, in fact, all items that you can produce, right? Things like, I think red is apples and stuff like that. They're all things that you can grow. So there's essentially an infinite amount of petals you can have in this game. That being said, that is a lot of work. It's a pain in the butt. But, you know, in a survival game, pain in the butt is part of the fun. I feel like I should put that in quotes, but it actually is part of the fun. I mean, Vintage Story is pure survival, pure pain in the butt, and I just eat it up. So there you go. Okay. So let's while that's cooking over there, let's go into here. So 1, 2, 3. So we need to go forward a little more. Now, if you remember, when we talked about this before, the buildings in this world are going to be based on 5 by 5 blocks, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 across and 2 walls. That's 5s, right? Which is the same footprint of our central stair. So what we need here is we need 1 more row here, and then we'll build the first little room, and then we will go ahead and start populating our storage, and then I'll show you how that storage mod works. Now, one of the mods we have here is basically a mod that will change all the vanilla wardrobes into actual containers, and they're pretty good. I think they have 2 more rows of storage than a large chest, and it's actually important because when you talk about the amount of storage per spot, right? So a double chest will take up 2 blocks, and let me see, I think it's 36, right? 6 rows of 9, and a wardrobe takes up 4 blocks, right? And it gives you 54, I think it is. I mean, we'll confirm this in a minute. Now you're thinking, well, 36 for 2 blocks and 54 for 4 blocks. If I have 36 and 36, it's 72 for 4 blocks. But it's not true, because a large chest can't stack like that, right? You're going to have to put something up here so that a large chest can sit above it. And then when you do that, now to get the double large chest, you're actually talking 6 blocks. So using the wardrobes is actually a very efficient way of having massive amounts of storage. So these are the blocks that we're using for the corners. Oh, hold on. Let's do the floor. Let's do the floor. Anyway, it's been an exciting week at our house. Crazy week, actually. And today was the craziest day of all because today I had a job interview, and that went, I think, really well. In fact, they are going to bring me back for another interview. And as far as job interviews go, as long as they keep asking you back to talk to more people, that's a good sign. When they stop asking you to come back, then you're pretty much done. So we'll see how that goes. I don't see how far up I can go here. There we go. I don't, this is going to be an open wall, so I don't need to bring the wall all the way down. So this will be flooring. Anyway, so today we had a job interview. Like I said, that went well. Then one of my daughters is into karate, and today was her formal ceremony to promote her to first degree black belt. So congratulations to my daughter for that. Proud papa moment. Okay, let's see. So I had a problem with blocks being ghost blocks. If so today, that is not right. It doesn't look wrong, but that's right. Okay, let's take a look at it from below. And I hope I can put a lantern in there. I got one ready. Oh, see, I can see it's wrong. The textures don't line up properly. So let's go back up here. Whoa, see? It just disappeared, and it's not a valid block. So I don't know what this ghost block problem is or where it comes from, but oh, those are actually correct. So let's put this one back. And then put these here. And then we can go put the lantern back. Yes, sirree, bobber. And that would be here about? Yes, okay. And now, let's see. Actually, you know what? I got an idea. Let's use proper columns in these rooms, right? So these will be out in the middle of the room. And this game actually has proper columns, so let's use proper columns. Oh. These are all wrong. See, another ghost block right there. So, put that there, and let me see, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 2 column ends and 3 column middles. And that will come down to like this. And that matches what we got going here. Okay. So we need some columns, and we need some wardrobes, and we need to make one of those lecterns, a storage lectern. Okay. Let's do that. These are all building blocks, so they go in the building block box. Okay, got some crafting bits. Got a lot of semi-useful food. Okay. Where's my regular workbench? Regular workbench, furniture workbench, stone carve. Oh, I got everything except. Okay, builder's workbench. Oh, okay. So, this is the thing we need, the storage lectern. I need 2 iron ingots. Okay, I don't have that, so we'll go get some iron. Oh, I do have that. Okay, perfect. So let's, any tree log. Let's make sure we don't kill off our good tree logs. Redwood, nope. So, dry wood, light wood. Now we'll go with the oak. Let's go with the oak. So I only need 4. So we got the lectern. And if I go to this, I think it is. Yep. Simple wooden wardrobe. So let's go ahead and craft 2 of those, and we're going to need to collect a bunch more oak. We'll get that in a second. Okay. So for now, I'm going to park the storage lectern right here, or inventory lectern. And then I'm going to go down here. And I'm going to... We have a lantern, so I can take these down. And for now, we'll start with these 2. Okay, so if I open it up, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 54, right? And a chest will get you 36. So that's the difference. Anyhow, so let's put something here. I'll put 2 torches in here for now, as an example, and let's run up to the inventory lectern. And when I open it, we can see that the only thing I have in my containers within reach of this inventory lectern is the 2 torches. Now, I can right click and I can take one out and I can put it back in. So that's how the inventory lectern works. Like, I want to put this copper ingot into the inventory lectern. Can't do it because it already has to exist someplace in an inventory container. So I'm going to have to figure out where it lives in the first place. But once I do that, if there is room in the chest and I have one of these someplace, I'll be able to throw it in there. And of course, you can pull it out. Now, the tricky part is if I pull these out, oh, they're all out. Now I can't put them in because they don't exist any place in the inventory system. Now, if we go to this, now leave one item in the slot when extracting, I can pull everything out except one, and that way I can put everything back in without having to go and do what I'm doing now, which is going down and, you know, putting them in a chest someplace. So for now, what are we going to put down here? For now, let's go get our building blocks. That's a good place to start. And stuff's growing. Okay. So for now, I'm gonna put. I have those two wardrobes. So I'm gonna put all the stone-based stuff in one. And let me just grab. Can you grab everything? Almost. And I'm gonna put all the wood-based stuff in the other. Okay. Eventually, we'll get more granular, but that's what I'm gonna do for now. Okay. So let's do wood over here. So we've got all sorts of wood bits. Okay, and this is basically soils and stone and whatever. We'll get more granular later. I don't have one for furniture type stuff yet. And then we go ahead and sort this. Now, what I'm going to do is move the dry wood and the light wood away from that. Okay, I just need to get a bunch of oak. I want if you go and build something from a workbench and say, you know, any type of wood, and you're going to pull it automatically from a chest, it's going to go to the upper left. It's going to go left to right, top to bottom. And so if these are kind of hard to get for me at the moment, so I don't want them anywhere near here, or the system will automatically use them up for me, and that will I did that last week, and it was upsetting, heartbreaking. Okay. So basically, we want to expand upon this. Oh, yeah, I forgot to make the columns. So here you go. So to make the columns, I don't have any column stuff already. So just give me some of these, and let's go with that. You know, if I want them to kind of match these, I don't want the gray columns. I wonder if I could get columns from some other lighter material. Like, I don't know, do I have chalk or marble? I got marble. I have chalk. I have calcite. Let's try these two. See if we can make some columns from those that just kind of match this little white trim theme we've got going. And I don't have to carry a torch around everywhere in the middle of the day. So let's see. Okay. So that won't give me columns because I'm going to have to change it into one of these brick types first, I'm assuming. Same thing here. Ooh, this is pretty cool though. So let's just make one of these. And let's make one of these. And now let's see what our columns. So yeah, marble, of course. It's got pretty cool looking columns. And the calcite actually has some pretty cool looking columns. But I got a lot more marble. We got marble in the neighborhood, in fact. So I'm going to need 9 more. Okay. So now I grab 1, 2, 3, 4. And 6 of these. And this stuff, you know, I can't believe the stuff grows pretty fast without me doing anything with it. And so all these people who are telling you gotta have a watering can, you gotta have, I just, okay. I mean, if it's you're like in the Farmers Olympics and you gotta grow stuff in 30 seconds or less, I guess, knock yourself out. But it's not a perfect match. I think the other one would be too gray, so I'd rather go too white over too gray. But that is a fine looking column. Okay, so we are cooking with gas. So while we have some daylight, let's start knocking down some trees. We have a copper axe. So here I'm going to use this new handy dandy tree harvester functionality. Whoops. That's the problem. I always wind up knocking out the sapling it plants for me. But you can see, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It works for these guys. Look at that. It filled in the space for me, and it planted a sapling. Very nice. Very, very nice. Just a note too, we had some technical problems last time. In trying to set up the local recording and to capture everything on a separate track, I screwed up and we didn't capture anything the game was putting out. So you just listen to my me drone on all episode, and you couldn't hear what the game was doing. Now I know you can hear, or you should be able to hear what's going on in the game. So there's that. That's now in this case, you can see not only it killed the tree I was working on, it killed neighboring trees and planted my sapling over here. So holy smokes, this is what I wanted. It's you know, we're still in the early days, but this works for me. I mean, that, you know, I mean, if we look, I've got 37 saplings now, so we can actually plant a whole forest with what we've gotten just from these trees. I'm not worried about that. And I feel better, too. It's the druid in me. There we go. Kind of clean things up a little bit. Wow, that was amazing. Still cleaning it up. Okay. You know, we're looking at 202 wood right now, and we're still going. This is going to be a biggin. I mean, you saw a biggin. That's because there's multiple trees. That's all one tree. Actually, I think it killed the second one too. This should take care of our wood problem for the most part. Yeah, it killed the third tree actually, because there's one planted over here. We're going to go on a tree planting splurge here in a second, because I have saplings growing out of places that saplings shouldn't be growing out of. That's all I got to say. Should we grab these birch wood? I think so. How are we doing here? Nope, I killed the sapling. Definitely it's gonna give us a different view in the morning. Okay, we'll get that guy in a second. So if your trees do this on World Gen, you can wait as long as you want. They're not coming back. If they do that on trees that you planted, well, that's a different ball of wax. It's probably something is preventing it from growing all the way, and you just probably have to move something out of the way. You can do this harvesting thing with small trees like this. I find that it's more likely to give you saplings. It won't plant a new tree for you, though. Look at that. The thing's growing already. Let's do this. One more. And I actually didn't kill the sapling, so yay. Yay for me. Okay. It looks like evening's falling here. 1849, yeah. So let's do a massive tree planting campaign. Just spread them out, give everybody lots of room. Play catch with the skeleton. He's an excellent catcher. Well done, you. Something I've noticed in my experimenting is that planting oak trees really have no problem just pretty much growing wherever you plop them. What I'd like to see is if I experience the same problem I've seen, which is these birch trees have a really hard time growing to full size. I mean, they seem to be really picky about the conditions they're in. So we'll just get kind of crazy here and plant a bunch and see how it goes. Okay. So now we have an insane amount of stuff. Now here's where the storage lectern comes in, right? I don't want to have to go down and open up each container and put everything away like this, so I want to, I took everything out for those. But these, I know I have something already in storage. We haven't done anything with this other stuff yet. So that was of limited value, but we're getting there, right? So what I want to do is let's expand our storage. So I got a bunch of wood here. So let's see. Oops. I want to put a second wardrobe above each of these, so I'm going to need to build basically a shelf, and we'll use these, right? And that's good. And so we will add to our storage. We'll go ahead and expand on that. It's nighttime out there, so let's go grab a bunch of picks. Put some of this other stuff away, create some wardrobes, and expand our storage. And see what's in store for us this episode, so to speak. Okay, so put that. Look at that. I got most of that already in storage. Let's go ahead and sort it. I think it's everything, actually. This is furniture type stuff. Just realized that since we still have our workstations here and our main storage over there, and I put all the wood away, I can't make wardrobes here. So we'll fix that in a second. But first, I definitely can make some picks. I can have my pick. So let's see. They die pretty quickly. Okay. And I do have all the blocks I need over there. So well, you know what we can do? And where's this one? We can go put these in the hallway for now. We will build separate workrooms based off of general resource type of production. But for now, we'll just stick this stuff in the hallway so everything's centrally located. So let's see. The workbench. Go right here. The builder's bench is right here. And this is Macaw's high paths bench, which we use for a number of different blocks. And so let's go ahead and open things up a bit. So, if you're watching this, I suspect that, you know, you're playing modded Hytale. The reason I'm laughing is just because I caught myself, right? I was like just a hair's breadth away from saying Minecraft, which is better than last week. Last week I just said Minecraft, and then I realized I said Minecraft, and then correct myself after the fact. Now I'm catching myself beforehand, so I guess that's progress in a way. Anyway, back to what I was saying. If you're watching this, you know, you clearly have some type of interest in modded Hytale, and that's probably you're probably playing modded Hytale. So if you are, by all means, first of all, if you're on tonight, thank you for being on. And second of all, by all means, feel free to jump in on the chat and say stuff. And if you are playing modded Hytale, and you found a mod that if you think I'm not running it, or if you don't know I'm running it, by all means, give me a suggestion if you found a good mod, right, for something. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll use it, because, you know, maybe your play style or needs are different than mine, but by all means, feel free to recommend mods to me. In fact, that's how I found Blockio, though in that case the recommendation didn't come from live stream, it came from Reddit, which is well, probably where most of you get your mod recommendations. So yeah, I love Reddit, but you know, Reddit, just like anything else on the internet, is something that you have to kind of take with a grain of salt, right? Because you're gonna hear or read all sorts of crazy stuff, and some of it is absolutely valid, and a lot of it is absolutely invalid. So, you know, they say buyer beware, right? But it's not buyer. In this case, it's not. You're not buying anything. It's reader beware is really what it is. Okay, so yep. So we'll put it here. There we go. So this part goes pretty fast, actually. Also, you know, using these smaller module sizes means that I can finish a well, I can dig out a module much quicker, and I can finish one much quicker. So that's good. We might have to go on a run looking for iron and copper. I don't know how much copper I have, but I doubt I have much. So these are the floors I need, right? Oops. Oh, I'm gonna need more of those. But guess what? We've got we've got the bench right here. So what I want is I want this pattern, but in a full block, and we don't have that pattern in a full block. So we'll just make a bunch of slabs, and slabs are like change, right? You know, you can have a dollar bill, or you can have 4 quarters, and the 4 quarters spend the same. Hold on, this. So this is actually going to be a wall. So that's a different block. Well, let me get those. So I need these, I need these, I need these. So the corners is this. And let's do this. Okay. And this will be a wall. And this is a column. Now this one really is a column because, well, just the 4 in the middle of the room will be open like this, which means this is also going to be a wall. Like this. Ooh, you know what? No wonder I could reach these things. They're one block too low. They're one block too low. I was wondering about that. It's like, am I standing on something? Nope. Oh, and look at those. Those weren't even real blocks. That's annoying. Something we're going to have to keep an eye on. I think the fake blocks come from when I'm too far away. Like, you know, those fake blocks happen only up here on the roof and only when I'm like way down below and trying to connect them like on the side. Let's just give it a love tap with a pick and see if it does something here. Oops. Oh, I need to stand on something. I mean, you know, it's very interesting. That being said, you know, it's early access. You know, I signed up for, okay, it's a real deal. You know, I knew what I was signing up for when I signed up for it. I knew the job was dangerous when I took it. So, I'm okay with that, right? Okay, so then what you'll have here, oh, we should probably put a column over here in the corner since I'm not going to be able to do anything with this corner. So we'll go ahead, you know what, let's do one of these and we'll put another column there. And then that gives us room for 4 more wardrobes. You can see this is going to scale up very, very quickly, and that's a good thing. So I'm going to need 5 marble. Okay. So 5, that means take that out, put that in. I need 2 caps, 3 middles. There we go. And grab the middles in the middle. There we go. Now, let's take these. Let me see. How many? 10. Doesn't tell me how many this uses up, right? Okay, well, we have 100 here, so let's craft one. It uses 8. Okay. So I have room for 4 more. Plus the 2 that I already had room for. So that gives me 6. Let's go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is coming together. So that's quite a bit of storage we have going. Of course, we don't know what anything is. So let me see. This is workbench. I think what I'm after is maybe available in the furniture bench. I'm looking for item frames. I mean, this will work for now. This is pretty good. Let's put this back. Well, let's expand a little bit. Because it's still Dark 30, which is a technical military term for saying it's very early. You should be in bed. Oh man, do I remember? So in basic training is when they, the whole idea of basic training is they strip away your identity as an individual, and then they build you back up as a member of the unit, right? The whole idea, technically it's brainwashing, but I don't use that term because, I generally consider my military time and training and stuff to be positive. But that is really what they're doing, right? They're changing the way you think. And but that's not the point. The point I wanted to make about that was like when I was... Basic training is a rude awakening, so to speak, right? I mean, and it's not what you pictured. It's not what you wanted life in the military to be, and it's rough. And they're screaming at you and yelling at you and pushing you around and all that jazz. But the thing is, they work the snot out of you, and at the end of the day, you barely lay your head on the pillow and you're out like a light, and you sleep the sleep of the dead, right? I mean, Now here's the problem. On several occasions, that was the case, right? We had a big day. It was really hard. I'm really, really tired. It's been yelled at all day. And so you put your head on a pillow, out like a light, and you start having dreams. And now you're in this really foreign, hostile environment, right? I mean, it's not even foreign, it's alien. It's an alien environment. And you're probably not real happy at the beginning. And so you start dreaming of home, right? You are homesick, and you start dreaming of home. And I can't tell you how many times I'd have this dream. I was back home. It's like a Saturday morning. I can smell bacon cooking, and I'm looking forward to breakfast. It's a Saturday. I'm gonna go see my friends, play games, and then you're jarred awake with your drill instructor coming in the room, yelling at everybody. He's like, "Get up, get up, get out of bed!" Oh my! The most emotionally devastating transition state I've ever had was that, right? Because you are in the middle of a dream and everything is hunky-dory. You're just loving it. And then this guy comes in and he doesn't just wake you up. It's not like, kind of rub your shoulder. Hey, yeah. No, he comes in with a trash can beating on it like a drum. You're shocked awake, roll out of bed, hit your face on the floor. Oh, it's rough, right? I mean, and in 5 minutes you're out on the you're dressed and what we did is they'd wake us up at 4 and we'd spend that first hour cleaning everything, right? So you have to make your bed so you can bounce a quarter off of it, and we're out there. Everybody used the bathroom, took a shower, and then actually we didn't take a shower until evening, but everybody used the bathroom. Then the guys went in and cleaned the bathroom, right? Everybody had a job in the morning, and there was the latrine crew, which is not the job you wanted. Let me just tell you that. But oh yeah, it was rough. But the thing is, it's all designed to break you down, and then they build you back up. And we're in basic training. I think it was 5 weeks, and at the end of 5 weeks, we were really sad to leave the place. And I know, I just said all that stuff, what it was like. You're like, you were sad to leave it? Yeah, but it changes. Well, it does change a little bit. Mostly you change, but it changes a little bit. They're not quite as rough. And in fact, that first week or two, your drill instructor is with you. He's even sleeping in the next room, right? But then, like your third or fourth week, by then he's nowhere to be seen, right? He'll come in during the day and he'll yell at you sometimes during the day, and then he goes home at night, and then we're left on our own. But we have our student leaders. I was a student leader, and we're the ones on the hook in case something goes wrong. So, yay, and things, yeah. It's anyhow. It was definitely experience, and I do kind of miss it, but there's a lot of stuff I don't miss, right? But, we're talking basic training. That part, like I said, it's only 5 weeks. Even technical school, which is, your next level, you're still a student. You're still subject to a lot more rules and regimented existence than you are as a regular Air Force member or military member. But once I got into regular Air Force, that I miss a lot. That was fun. That was just outright fun. And of course, I was in the Air Force, right? It's not the Marines. It's not the Army. It's very different. The guys in the Marines and the Army, they make fun of us. They'll call us the chair force. And I've also heard civilians in uniform. That one's a bit rough to take, but okay. It's very different, right? But then again, the mission of the Air Force is very different, because in the Army and the Marines, they teach everyone to be able to go kill with your bare hands, right? And that's your whole thing, go kill people. And the vast majority of people in the Army and the Marines, they spend some time out in the field doing just that. Air Force is a bit different. We've got jets. Well, they got planes. And when it comes to planes, for the most part, they don't entrust those to enlisted guys. Well, the Air Force fights with its planes. So when it comes to combat, there are some Air Force dudes on the ground in harm's way that are enlisted. But for the most part, the people who face the most risk, they're the officers. I mean, during the Gulf War, I fought the Gulf War from England. And so I can assure you, I was pretty much safe during the whole Gulf War, right? And because that's just how it works, right? Our guys get in planes and fly 500 miles and then go fight. So anyway, just different world. But I don't know what brought that up all of a sudden. That's like 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years. It certainly feels like 1,000 years ago. Hell, not just the Air Force is 1,000 years ago. I mean, my kids are going to be 17 in August. Well, that means they're 16 now. But to look at them and listen to them and stuff, I mean, it's hard to believe that it's been 16 years. 16, if you say 16 years, that sounds like a long time. But I look at them and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like I sneezed and suddenly they grew up. Yep. Why did these not look right? Okay. Which ones? Now, eventually what I'll do is, now that as we have more storage, I'm going to spread things out a little bit and make some of these containers more specialized. And because these containers hold so much and you make them somewhat more specialized, that's just a massive amount of room for whatever. Like, you know, sticks. We're going to have sticks coming out of our ears at some point, and they're useful stuff. You don't want to throw them away. So, yeah, we will want to use those sticks. Wrong bench. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a cool looking window. And then I need 2 of those, 3 of those. Okay, this time I'll do this before. Oh, I need a block. I need this. Yeah, you can switch. Like that. And then that. And then these. There you go. Okay, now I need these. Now I have room for 4 more wardrobes. So 4 would be 32, right? Okay. Still cooking with gas. Look at that. Okay, now we can start bringing stuff over. And I have a furniture bench over there. Let me see if I can build item thingy. So it's 8 in the morning. Look at that. How are we doing on the farm? Okay. So let's shift gears and go back to farming here, and we'll talk about this. So I got these ferns, and if we go in here, you can see, look at this. Plant fiber is something we can make, and it requires ferns. So there you go. We just made 18 plant fiber. And we need some more seeds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's put all this stuff in here. And let's look a little bit at this bench. So you can see the farmer's bench is pretty much like it was, but you can see I have no eternal seeds listed here. Right? We had some listed, now we don't. And you're not going to find them anywhere. Also, you can see now we can make purple berry bushes, which we might do later because I don't know anything about them. And so, you know, to unlock those eternal seeds, we're going to need to unlock the shop workbench for high farming, which is the mod we have. So we can throw these in here. Now, once we build our workshop on the other side, we're going to use chests and pipes to somewhat automate some of this stuff to make it easier. Let's just grab it as much as we can. I should have finished my farming first. Okay, let's Should have finished farming first. Just get so carried away. So much to do. So much excitement. Put the apples away though. Okay, so how many seeds can we get? We can get, I need 9 of these. And I'm going to skip those because they don't get us any essence of life afterwards. See if we can get this going, and then we'll bring back fiber production. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. One left over for next time. Okay. Now let's go grab all that crafting stuff. Still can't get it all, huh? Okay. And the furniture bench. I don't have this unlocked yet. Okay. Let's look at our tree situation out here so we can see. Wow, some of these. Didn't I cut one of these down already? No? Well, we got a bunch of trees growing. That's good. Now, of course, using the storage lectern is not going to work because none of this stuff is in our mainline storage yet. Yet. That's the key word. So, let's see. Let's put all of our fiber in one place and all of our rubble in one place and all of our sticks in one place and all of our sap in one place. Now those are the big 4. We will largely fill these. Okay. These are still blocks. So what we want to do is let's move this. We'll have to run an experiment and see which of these it pulls out of first. So let's, when we run the experiment, we'll see which of these, and that's what we'll do. Whichever one it pulls out of first, that's where we'll put the common blocks, and the other one we'll put our rare blocks. For now, though, let's grab all of our regular stone and stone-based blocks, right, and put them up here separately, because I mean that's going to be our primary building material, and we're going to use a lot, but collect a lot, and it'll be a mess. Now we're into more generic crafting bits, so let's put all of our metals here. And put our leather here. And petals and plant type stuff, like saplings, go in here. And here's all of our other crafting weirdness. Goes in here. Now let's run back to the surface. Oh, it's time for a break. I overshot. Okay. So, but look at that. It's all in there. Now, at the moment, you don't have any way to sort, change the sort order. So it's sorting. This is what I have the most of, and this is what I have the least of. And you'll see things shift as we add stuff because of this ordering. It's going to shift a little bit. So, let's go back in here. There we go. That's a nice view. And let's take a break. Meet back here in 5 minutes, okay? And for those of you who are leaving us at this point, thank you for joining us for this episode. And I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and a touch of good fortune. And cheers. And for everyone else, 5 minutes. Cheers. And we are back. So for those of you just tuning in, again, welcome and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which applicable to you. What we've done so far in this episode or this live session is we have actually set up the first parts of our, or 1/3 actually of our storage room. This is 1/3. We'll have 2 more sections this size. And using our mods, we're actually able to access all of our stuff in this storage through this storage lectern. We can pull stuff in, we can put stuff in. So, pull stuff out and put stuff in. So, that's all great. But we've been hammering on storage quite a bit, and I think what we need to do now... first of all, let me see what I need to do to activate my backpack. That's going to make this a whole lot easier. And then we need to gather materials. We'll do a materials run now. Let me just take a look here. We put metals in here? No, we put metals. Here we go. So, I had a lot of gold. Yay. No iron and a fair amount of copper. We could use definitely copper, but we definitely need iron and thorium. And if we're after iron and thorium, well, the obvious place to go would be the Howling Sands. So we'll head down there. Let's see, this area, and we'll look for that stuff. How are we doing? I'm all coppered up, and I have an iron sword. I think we're okay. We're okay. Now, I'd like to get 8 cobalt. You're not really... It's not impossible to find cobalt in the Howling Sands. I've seen it. But not not very likely. And I need 8 pieces because, I was going to look at the... I'm yakking, but I forgot to look up the requirements for the backpack. It's not something you do like every 5 minutes. You do it like once per game world and then forget about it. But anyway, you can find cobalt in the Howling Sands, but I need 8 pieces. I'm definitely not going to find 8 pieces down there. And I'm forgetting what I'm doing again. Workbench. So the backpack requirements, I need medium leather, and iron. Okay, so we're going to have to make this run without backpack. But what I'm going to do, since this is the spawn point, right? So I can pick up my bed, and it's just going to default now to the world spawn, which is pretty much where my bed's at anyway. But this way we can sleep while we're out and about. I got picks that jingle, jingle, jingle. Got some arrows. Maybe we'll make some more arrows before we head out. Bow's in decent shape. Yeah, all things considered, we're not bad. We got plenty of food. I do. Okay. So we're actually in pretty good shape, actually. These are all trees we planted, right? Yeah, look at that. These trees are going fantastic. Excellent. So it must be just something in my previous experiments that was kind of keeping the birch trees from birching. Arrows. Oops. Arrows. 44 fours. Okay. Let's make a bunch of these. I can put that back. And almost, well, if we're gonna do that, might as well use it up. We'll pick up more rubble later. Okay, so that gives me almost 300 arrows. My bow will probably break before I use all those up. And what have I been putting in here? Huh. Okay. Let's go. This is the part where you jump into the passenger seat and, as you well know, if you're riding shotgun, there are certain rules and responsibilities that go with the shotgun position, including you're in charge of music selection. Yeah, I hear you. You're in charge of music selection and help with navigation. Though that last one's not such a big deal anymore because now we all have GPS and Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever maps. Used to be a big deal in the old days, right? Yet whoever's in the shotgun, they had to help you get there. So in my car, calling it wasn't enough. You couldn't just call a shotgun because if you weren't, it's kind of like when you go on the airline and they put you in the emergency exit row and they said, yeah, this is, there's responsibilities that go with this spot, and if you can't or are unwilling to fulfill those responsibilities, let us know. We'll move you to back of the plane or something. Same thing, right? If you're gonna sit in my co-pilot seat, you're gonna get shotgunned, then you better be ready to work. So I got this guy, yeah. You know what's funny is, so I introduced my wife to road trips because when she grew up in the Soviet Union. Most people didn't have cars, and if you did have a car, you probably didn't go on road trips because they didn't have the infrastructure for it, and you weren't really allowed to travel too much. But when she got here, she just loved them. And of course, back to this discussion of shotgun, right? Now, she was really good with paper maps. I had several map books. We go on a road trip. She'd pull out the paper maps. She was all over it, and she could navigate me wherever we needed to go, and that was awesome. But like I said, we live in the digital age now, so we all have maps on our phone, and oh my gosh, it's like, I didn't think it was a big deal, but she was practically useless for years with digital maps, right? I think a big thing was she doesn't like learning technical stuff. She's like my mom, right? She has it in her head that she can't learn it, so she doesn't try. But she eventually did learn the apps, but she still doesn't like guiding me in because it's like it's on her phone. I can't see it, right? And before she would guide me in, she'd tell me what street to go on and turn left or right. But with the digital map, she seems unwilling, unable to do that. So I'm on my own. Though now we've got Siri properly set up in the car and Hey Google, and so I can talk to him to some extent. So that's a door to nowhere. That's what that is. Is there stuff down here? Well, I'll take that, and I'll take those, and yeah. Put them on the log. So that's, let's see. Well, this is actually a pretty good place to camp for the night, but we're not, now that I can see what time it is, it's, oops. Don't really want that stuff, but got some horse. It's a nice sunset. Let's go on the roof. Say goodnight to the setting sun. This is a pretty game. Fireflies are out. The color they glow like that. Sometimes you have two that are really close together, and I think they're creepy crawlies, right? The eyes of creepy crawlies, which creeps me out, hence the term creepy crawlies. But and I think that's by design. Just like there's a lot of stuff in vanilla Minecraft that viewed from the right distance, the right angle, looks like a creeper, right? So you freak out, and then you wind up realizing it's just a patch of tall grass or something, and you're like, ah, you got me. You tricked me. Okay, 1930. I can sleep, but let's just wait a little longer. See the stars pop out. Kind of a Milky Way looking thing right there. More of a Snickers, maybe. Okay. And then let's pop down here and snooze. Yeah, whatever. Just we're gonna pick it back up when we're done, so it won't matter what we name it. Snooze, snooze, snooze. Okay. So this is the point where the rooster cries out. Now we see the sunrise over there. I'm not going to wait around. How close are we? Actually, we'll go west and open up a little bit of the map while we're heading down there. What are you guys doing? Well, that's right, they're horsing around. You had to see it coming. I'm telling you. Well, I mean, if you knew, maybe you didn't see it coming. Yeah, I hear you. Come in through the bushes. Your turn. Ooh. This thing's got a rope hanging from it. Okay. Got some berry bushes up here. Ooh. So, we'll take that, these. Now, I don't know if you know this. We got a recycler, right? Salvage bench. So, these, I don't know if it's just modded, almost said Minecraft. I don't know if it's just modded Hytale, but these leather tent pieces can be put into the salvager, the salvage bench, and turned into light hides. And that was a happy discovery there, right? I couldn't hide my joy. I'm running out of storage and I haven't even got to the Howling Sands yet. Okay, we'll do treasure triage when the time comes. Can I jump? Whee! Okay. So far so good. We've discovered horses apparently. It's kind of like Columbus discovering the New World. He didn't discover it. It was there. Well, it was there. But, you know, that's what discovery is, which is it was there and I found it. But, you know, in the case of, like, the New World, yeah, from a European standpoint, he discovered it. They had no idea it was there. But, you know, there's 100 million Native Americans who were pretty aware that it was there. So, though they were shocked to find that there was anybody else out there. So in a way, you can say they discovered Europe, or Europeans at least. We don't celebrate that. Lots of ruins. Am I opening up new bits? No, I'm not opening up new bits of the map. This is all old bits of the map. I need new bits. I need fresh bits. Maybe we don't need to go to the Howling Sands. Maybe I can just go to one of these local caves and find some ores that way. I won't get thorium, but I'm not quite... thorium would be nice, but it's iron and copper I need. And iron and copper, that's kind of like the trademark minerals or metals for this part of the world. Okay. That is pretty. Pretty orange, pretty yellow. That's what it is. Oh, look at that. When the fog goes away, the colors pop. It's kind of hard not to fall for this biome, so to speak. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, you know, I should put a disclaimer up front. I mean, you see me, you know, if you look at the posts, community posts, there's a clue. Every couple days I'm posting a dad joke. So, wow, this is, I don't think I've ever seen such a, I mean, usually when I see these biomes, they're like the size of a 7-Eleven, you know, a convenience store. You run through it before you even realize you're in it. But here, this one's pretty extensive. Am I opening up new map yet? Yeah, kind of. Got a little bulge here. We got some pools. I don't think it's quite an oasis. Okay. So let's find desert cave. Oh. Well, this is going to take forever. Give me this one. So it takes forever minus a day. Yeah, okay, I'll go with it. Thank you. Okay, this is worth the trip. Whoa, this is way worth the trip. I'm tripping, man. Okay, let's not get greedy. Whoa, I'm greedy. Okay, let's just take a moment. Yeah, there we go. Make sure there's no bombers. Is this a sandstorm? This is kind of cool. Though, I don't know if you've ever been in a real sandstorm. It's kind of like being in a giant sand blaster. It is not fun. I wonder if visibility is reduced for those guys too. I'd ask him, but that would kind of defeat the purpose of avoiding him. And I don't think he's likely to give me an answer. This one is even richer than the other ones. Wow. As long as I don't die and drop this stuff, this trip is already paid for itself. Wow. I guess this is just part of the biome. That wasn't just like a lucky hit. Okay. Let me run around and see if I can find some more. I saw copper. I mean, copper is one of the metals we need, right? So, apparently not a lot. I got my daily ration of copper. That's it. These are probably important, but we'll leave them here for now. Okay. Now, if I had thorium armor, it actually fights poison. And I'd be more prone to tangle with this buzzard, but I don't have thorium armor because, you know, up until now I didn't have any thorium. Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave him alone. That was worth the price of admission. Okay. Well, that's it. Let's just call it. We're done. Let's go home. So let's see. What kind of tree is this? desolate basin. Okay, this looks like a graphic glitch for what? Copper. Okay. So let's come over to this tree. And it's a palo log. So okay, so hopefully it gave me a sapling. It's kind of hard to tell what it did up here. It added a bunch of sand. I don't know what's going on. You can't see. Okay. So there's a buzzard. There's all sorts of... Let's see if we got... No, it didn't give me a palo tree sapling. Don't know if such a thing exists. Oh, there's the cave I'm looking for, or a cave that I'm looking for. The way this sapling dropping mod works is it only works if the game has saplings defined, even if they're not normally available in vanilla. If they're defined in any way, then this mod will drop them. But my guess is they're not defined yet. So let's okay, we'll do treasure triage if it comes down to it. For now, let's concentrate on staying alive. So this looks innocent enough, but it is the larval form of the dreaded scarab. Is that what they call him? Or scarrig? Or scarrig sounds like, like Lou Scarrig. Like Lou Scarrig disease. Okay. Howling Sands caves are kind of like that. Uh-oh. I got one of the Lost Boys. Oops. Yeah, lay down. Come back here to this junction. This is going up, obviously. And where are we? Whoa, doggies. Make sure there's no bombers around here. This is not a good place for somebody afraid of heights. Oh, and there's a bomber right there. But I think we have a point of reference. He doesn't seem to be moving. Can't believe I'm this lucky. Yeah, luck's over. There we go. Now's a good time to eat something, I'm guessing. Is this a cave? No. Okay. I'm in broad daylight, so I can run around without a torch. Now, if we're lucky, we'll see some thorium or iron sticking out the sides of a wall. That would be good. What is that? Aha. I don't think I've encountered you guys. Nope. Find some copper hanging out of the wall. Not quite the same thing. Doesn't have the same. Oh, is that a baby? Can I get close to the baby? Yep, got close to the baby. Good. Doesn't have the kind of, you know, gee whiz value that, you know, the other ores have. You know, eventually you get to the point like, oh, copper, yeah, just throw it. Throw it in the back of the car, you know. Later, if we need to, like, you know, if we run out of toilet paper, we got plenty of copper, I guess. And you're like, yeah, highly valued, is it? Okay, I got a hyena. We got a bomber. Got a lot of these armadillos. I don't really want to attack the armadillos, but they are a good source of this chitin stuff, and we need a bunch of this chitin stuff. I want to get close enough to hit him easily, but not so close that I draw aggro, or that he notices me. What's the map situation? So we're opening up map. So that's good. That is good. Oh, this is silver. Well, I don't know what I can do with silver. I don't really need silver. I don't know if I want silver. I don't want to get zapped while mining silver. Okay, time for treasure triage. I am not picking up the silver, so we can get rid of the maple logs. Hide down here in the hole. Okay. Wow. I don't know what I can do with silver, but whatever we can do, I'm pretty sure I can do it now. I think that's enough silver. Holy smokes. Okay, just a sliver of silver. Yeah, I just walked through a thorn bush. Let's see. There's a bomber. Okay, let's take a look here. I mean, we haven't hardly tapped anything, but I'm tapped out. My pockets are full. And then some. There's a bomber out there. More rams, goats. I don't want to get out of the mountains too much because they've got goodies. Okay. Get ready. Oh, here's some type of weird chicken thing. It made a weird chicken noise. Okay. Oh, maybe this will work. That's oasis-y. It's not an oasis, but oasis-like. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to spend all 300 arrows on this guy. Yeah, he noticed me too late. Excellent. Excellent. He's got the chitin. See? It's oasis-y. Still don't see any minerals or metals. So, is that a ram or is that some type of bad guy? Yeah, it's a ram. Okay. Cool little valley. Canyon, actually. It's a canyon. They're back into big ol' autumny mode. The tail end of it. Okay, let's shoot for this. That should open up a bunch of the map. So it's dead ahead. Well, dead ahead is probably not a term you want to use in a survival game. Straight ahead, we'll go with that. That was like a... Whoa! Okay. There was a comedian in the 60s. He did a bit about, it's a space race in the space age. He had a guy who was like a reluctant astronaut. That was one of his characters. And, the guy interviewing him says, is this your, so tell me about this gear you have here. Is this your crash helmet? And the guy's like, oh, I hope not. Yeah, we don't want to talk about crashes. So there's lots of like little village huts. That's kind of cool. This is not one that I've been to. This is an outhouse. I think that's what this is supposed to be. There's a wooden chest over here. But I think this is supposed to be an outhouse, is what this is. Oh, more maple logs that I don't have room for. We're going to need these, though, so let's do this. Oh, it's an outhouse with 2 doors. I don't know if you want that. Another door to nowhere. Oh, a little paint. Excuse me, I drop in on you. Aspen. There's the iron I was looking. It's not as much iron as I wanted. So we can do this. What happened? I don't want that. Yeah, I can go busting all these. Oh, hold it. That I could probably take. So here's what I'm going to do. Swap this with this. Eat this. And take that. There we go. Now how do I get out of here? I need to go... And we're back on the trail again. It is beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky. Too bad. I kind of like clouds. It's kind of like, whether or not a man should grow facial hair, right? I have facial hair as best as I can manage. And if you think it's pretty sparse now, well, that's most the hair in the top of my head is very sparse. But yeah, my facial hair, it took me a long time before I could grow a decent mustache. Hello. Uh-oh, Cujo bugs and rats. Man, okay. I don't want to give up all this hide type stuff. And meat. And big old masher. Okay, let's take the masher. We can salvage that for something. Scrap mace. Oh, get rid of the moss. Okay, what else can I get rid of? Get rid of the logs. Sticks. Is that wood? That's wood. What is... Oh, it's a mine. I don't have the carrying capacity for mine. Hey! You do not belong here. Uh-oh, I'm running out of time, actually. I better get my butt home. Get as close as I can get. Where's my nav marker? No sources of metals hanging out the wall. Fish. Had fish tonight, actually. Yeah, I like fish. I really like fish. My whole family likes fish except for one, which makes it really awkward. And then, I mean, you know, the whole family wants fish. This one doesn't want fish. Though, in this case, like, she was off at robotics, so we could have fish relatively guilt-free. I mean, on the one hand, from my perspective, how can you not like fish, right? But then again, there's stuff I don't like, and people ask me that. Like, how could you not like tomatoes? Which, in my case, it's a complicated conversation because I do like tomatoes. I just can't eat raw tomatoes, right? It's mostly a texture thing. But you know, like sun-dried tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato paste, salsa, ketchup, tomato soup. Love tomato soup. I love tomato soup. I've drank gallons of that stuff. But a raw tomato? No way, Jose. I say that. I mean, you know, I'm close to 60 now, so for 60 years, that was a non-starter. But I say that, and there have been times in the past year or two where, like, for example, there was a tomato on my hamburger, even though I asked for it not to be there, and instead of picking it off, I ate it anyway. And it didn't ruin the hamburger for me. Did diminish my enjoyment of it a little bit, but you know, it was. See, there's our spawn. That's where we're headed. That reminds me, I just need to start using the waypoint program a lot more than I am, or have been. So let's get there. I don't know how far I am from it. Wow. I was not even remotely close to my nav point. Okay, I see where I'm going. Okay, I just need to get home before the creepy crawlies turn this into an obstacle course. How do you get up there? Holy cow. So to speak. I was going to say something about the creepy crawlies, but that would jinx it for sure. But now I think the fact that I said that I was going to say it but didn't say it is in fact count as the jinx. So yeah, I could kill skeletons and stuff on the way, but I'm already in treasure triage mode. So what we call return on investment would be low, right? I'd have to figure out what to keep and what to add. And so let's just not complicate things. There's a spider over there. I do love the natural ambience in this game. They've got a ton of it. Look, all the trees. Holy moly. It's like I'm in a forest or something. But you can see this is kind of what I'm talking about. I've planted a crazy number of these birch trees. And only a few of them really take off. The rest of them just kind of stay in this adolescent state forever. Okay, so we were after a long day of adventuring. You don't want to go running chest to chest, so we won't, right? We'll say wood. I guess I don't have those woods. Okay, I do have something. I don't have any of those apparently. Oh my gosh. Most of these crafting stations are still over here, so we'll plop our bed back down too while we're at it. So furnace. What's this? Oh yeah, so you let that chew for a little bit. This is the weird stuff? No. Where's the weird stuff? I have it. There it is. It's hidden. Weird stuff. And there's some food stuff I can put away. Now eventually everything will be moved over to the base. I don't think we're gonna have time to do that today. Today was a very productive run, and we did some exploring and there we go. And we got to show off some of our mods a little, and medium hide, heavy hide. Look at that. That is a lot of light hides. And we now have room for this big old stack of silver. This is quite the haul we got here. Very good haul. And we'll go drop all this back in the storage, and we'll find a place to think about what happened today. Give me one of these. There we go. How's this going? Okay, let's just go put stuff away. before we do that, waypoint. We will call this. Well, what will we call this? We will call it. Well, we'll just call it home. That's pretty original, very clever. I bet you didn't see that coming. Okay. And snooze fest. Okay. Of course, time didn't go by. Look at this. This works for all the local stuff. Once you take that off, I see. It's still, that setting's still on. So then, do that, and a large pile of books. You need a large pile of books to make a big old two-handed mace? Who does that? So I still have room for... No. Let's just go put stuff away and call it. How's the farm doing? No, farm's ready for another round. And so we said woods go in here, right? And all the weird blocks go in here. Those are definitely weird. I believe metals were here. That's regular crafting. There we go. Leathers go here. And I think, well, I don't want to go back upstairs, so trees, I don't have any of those. This kind of defeats the purpose of my terminal up there. I had a natural stuff someplace, right? Like this. Okay, that'll have to do for now. And let's take a gander at our homemade forest here. There we go. So we've shown we're miles ahead of where we were with inventory and storage capability. So that's a big plus. We are well on our way towards setting up a proper storage room, right? That's why we're miles ahead of where we were. I think next time around we will want to spend some calories on starting to build the various workrooms that will be clustered around the inventory storage room, and that then we'll be able to rock and roll. But you know, there's a really large number of different benches here, and that's going to complicate that a bit. Obviously, we're off to a great start as far as growing wood. So wood won't be a problem forever, and that's good. We've kind of didn't go a long ways ahead of where we were as far as farming goes. Farming's a big piece of the game. So next time we come into this, taming will be available, and so we might look at setting up some pens and doing the livestock thing. And that's it. So for those of you who joined me, thank you. Sincerely, thank you for joining me. If you stuck with me all the way through the end, then triple and quadruple thank yous. If you're a subscriber, quintuple thank yous, leaving comments. I forget what the terms are after that. But yeah, lots of thank yous. And of course, to all my channel members, a special thank you. You guys are my gaming family. But with all that said, I hope you join me tomorrow night for Into the Breach, the vanilla version of this series, where we're going to try to do the same things, but we're not going to have mods, and it's going to be a lot more painful, but still a lot of fun. And until then, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps just a touch of good fortune. Cheers.